So the game just ended there in the seventh inning. I guess, can you explain how you decided to, come up with the run rule or what the agreement was between the teams and so forth?
Yeah, this year in COVID, they've given us some options for 10 runs after 7, 10-run rule after 7, and then the extra inning rule, you can start a runner on second base like they do in Major League Baseball, which not one coach has wanted to do that, which I do not want to do that either. So that the 10-run rule is an option. Tonight was actually the first game that it had been in play, and for the entire season. New Mexico State was coming off a 4-game series, which they're playing in the WAC this year. They're trying to get ready for their conference tournament, get their pitching in line, and I think Coach Kirby just believed that was in the best interest of their team. And, we want to keep everybody healthy, and I felt that we could agree to that tonight. I'm a little disappointed just from the sense of, I liked how those guys coming in, getting at bats, were taking at bats, and would have liked to have gotten them all up there again. And that's unfortunate, but it was something that was agreed upon before the game.
Was this one of the better all-around games that you've seen Tony Bullard play?
Yeah, Tony's been playing well. Had a good weekend up at Stanford when we were up there. Had some really key at-bats and hits this last weekend against Washington and carried it into today. I really like where he's headed.
The lineup depth that you have, you've talked about it many times this season. How does something like that possibly help you in the postseason?
Well, knock on wood, any kind of injury thing, we've been, pretty healthy for the most part. But I feel like we have a lot of plug and play guys, and I think that's been evident by some guys have been in and contributed in different times during the season. Nick McCleary obviously stepping up and starting once we got to Pac-12 play. Tanner Otremba made a significant contribution in some really key series wins. Blake Paw was one of the best players on our team until he had his back injury. And we've been able to kind of ride out the storm without Preston with his arm. We've been able to ride out that storm without anybody even really noticing that. And I think that's probably the biggest benefit that it's been and that it will be going forward.
I believe this is the 24th game this year with 10 or more strikeouts, compared to 14 in the last full season. How much do you attribute that to what Coach Yeski has done with the pitching staff?
Yeah, I've said it many times. He was brought here to bring a competitiveness to our pitching staff that I want to identify with our program. And I think he's done a great job, teaching, developing. And with that, the timing was good, with the pitching recruits that we were bringing in 2019. Chandler, an example of that tonight. I think you saw a guy like Randy Abshire has really made a step forward, which has been great for us. Riley Cooper is a freshman. So, yeah, I think he's done a great job and done exactly what we wanted to and help us win all kinds of games. And, the strikeouts are a byproduct of him developing guys and us having more talent on the mound. And I'm very happy that the pitchers that we have are here, and I'm very happy that Coach Yeski's here.
And when it comes to Chandler, have you had a guy before who has responded as well as he has to the change in role from starter to, I guess, long guy would be the best description? Have you had somebody who you've put in that who's had this kind of performance?
Good question. My first year here, we moved Bobby Dahlbeck around a lot, we had a really tough schedule to start out with. And my feeling was when we could win any game, Bobby was going to go in and close. And then we shifted him to be a starter. Kevin Ginkel was pitching out of the bullpen and then became a starter. So we kind of have a program, I wouldn't call it culture, a program like identity with pitching that it's about outs. It's not about roles. And if you're called on as a starter, your job is to get outs. If you're coming in a matchup situation, your job is to get outs. If it's a long situation, your job is to get outs. If it's a close, to get outs. So I think he's done a good job of just, going and getting outs, from that Friday game or that first game against Arizona State when he came in after Chase and threw 5 scoreless or 5 hitless, whatever it is. He's been big in a lot of important wins, and tonight was no different. And I think I said it on the thing on Sunday, like, man, he's one of our best pitchers, and we didn't even use him this weekend. Part of it was like kind of a matchup thing. And I was sitting there tonight going like, man, I'm really glad we have him available for tonight. And he got us out of that jam, which allowed our offense to settle in and then got stronger as he went. So another really good job by Chandler. And you're right, Brian, he has really handled that well.
Hey there, Tony. How much more comfortable at the plate do you feel now that you've been playing regularly compared to earlier in the season when you were playing maybe a little bit more sporadically?
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable. Just consistently getting those ABs, I feel like, is what really progresses you. So I feel much better now.
Sure. What do you feel like your role is on this team? What are you sort of your goal on a daily basis is to do what for the Wildcats?
Play great defense and move the offense in whatever possible way it may be, whether it's bunting or getting a guy over, sacrifice flies, whatever it is. That's what I think my role is.
Sure. Jay said that you and Nick are providing quality at bats on a regular basis. How do you define a quality at bat?
Just seeing a lot of pitches, making the pitcher throw a lot of his pitches, and drawing walks, moving guys over. Like I said before, I feel like those are all quality ABs.
So Chandler, you came into that bases loaded situation. I think the first pitch that you threw was a wild pitch. How do you kind of get yourself reset mentally after that?
I was just trying to get lined up to my glove side, and I tried to get too much downhill and too much to that side, and just trying to focus on the next pitch is how I get reset for that one.
Yes. So did this game feel like a trap game at all coming into this game for you guys, considering that the momentum you guys had going into the final stretch of the season, and that you guys were pitted against a non-conference opponent that you guys saw just last month, and that they have a pretty good idea of your guys' strengths and what you guys like to do best?
We just tried to play our game of baseball. We play how we can, and when we have everything coming together, I think we're going to be unbeatable. And it's just another game, I guess.
On Sunday, Gil said that things are clicking for you guys as a pitching staff right now, especially. How have things come together late in the season for you guys, and how much are you guys maybe building off one another's performances?
I think our bullpen's been stepping it up, I think, pretty well, and our starters are obviously doing a great job. I just think that, we're getting to the time of the season where we know we need to step it up a little bit and be able to compete every pitch. So I think that's what's really helping us out.